Ever feel like your brain is stuck in like a Netflix loop? Just craving something more stimulating.
It's like that back to school energy, but year round.
Exactly. And guess what? We're diving into that today. Practical tips to make lifelong learning actually doable. No more wishing you had time to, learn astrophysics.
We're talking about weaving it into your actual life.
Right. And we're pulling insights from, well, it looks like your favorite self-improvement guru's latest.
Ah, yes, the one with the cheesy cover photo. But surprisingly insightful tips on becoming a, wait for it, lifelong learner.
You see, they get us. All right, tip number one is classic. Stay curious. But how do we even do that when life's got us hitting snooze on our brains learn something new alarm?
I think it's about tapping into what makes us naturally curious, right? Like, think back to a time you were so engrossed in something you lost track of time.
Oh, man, totally. Was it a project at work? Or maybe like a hobby you dove into? What hooked you?
That's the key. Was it the challenge? The creativity? Figuring that out can help you find those curiosity triggers in everyday life.
Okay, so we've tapped into our inner childlike wonder. What's next on the lifelong learning syllabus?
Well, the guide says read regularly. And before you roll your eyes and say, tell me something I don't know.
Because, let's be real, who has time to read War and Peace these days?
Right. It's about finding what works for you, even if it's just 15 minutes before bed with a captivating biography.
Ooh, or maybe one of those juicy historical fiction novels.
Exactly. It shouldn't feel like homework. It's mental enrichment disguised as relaxation.
All right, I'm sold. What's next? Take courses or attend workshops? This feels a bit more disofficial.
Sure, it's definitely a step beyond casual reading, but it doesn't have to be intimidating. Think of it like this: a crash course in something you've always wanted to learn.
Ooh, like Italian cooking. I've always wanted to learn how to make pasta from scratch.
Exactly. Or maybe a weekend photography workshop to finally master your DSLR. It's about identifying your goals and finding a course that aligns with them.
So less about becoming an overnight expert, more about targeted learning.
Exactly. Investing in your growth strategically. Okay, now for the one we probably all dread a little. Seek feedback.
Oof, yeah. That one can be tough. Nobody likes to hear they messed up, even constructively.
True. But what if we viewed it like personalized coaching? We pay big bucks for that in other areas of our lives, right?
Oh, I like where you're going with this.
So instead of dreading it, frame those feedback requests positively. Hey, I'm really trying to improve my presentation skills. Any tips on how I can engage the audience better?
Ooh, that's good. So much better than just being like, was I good? And cringing while you wait for the answer.
Right. And when you do get feedback, even if it's hard to hear, remember it's about your actions, not your worth as a human.
That's such a good point. Easier said than done, though, right?
Oh, for sure. But with practice, you can learn to separate the emotion from the information. And that's how you actually grow.
Okay, last but not least, embrace mistakes. This one feels big, almost paradoxical. We're supposed to like celebrate failure.
Not quite celebrate, but definitely not fear it. Mistakes are inevitable, right? They're data points, not stop signs.
Data points. Okay, I like that. So it's about analyzing what went wrong, not dwelling on the fact that we messed up.
Precisely. What happened? What did I learn? How can I avoid this next time? It's like that saying, every expert was once a beginner.
Ooh, I like that. So if we're not making mistakes, we're probably not challenging ourselves enough.
Exactly. Embrace the journey, not just the destination.
Man, we covered so much ground today. From staying curious to reading more to actually embracing mistakes, it's a lot to process. What's something you think our listeners could start doing today to make lifelong learning a part of their lives?
You know, I think the simplest thing is to just pick one thing that sparked your curiosity today and explore it a little further. It doesn't have to be huge, just a baby step in the direction of lifelong learning.
Love it. And who knows, maybe one day we'll all be astrophysicists or, at least able to hold a conversation about black holes.
Now, wouldn't that be something?
All right. Until next time, happy learning.